Welcome to your practice, your Yin practice before bedtime to help you and Ons to sleep for a good night. Let's start straight away. I have here all the props for me to support. So make sure you have some pillows from the couch, pillows from your bed, or some bolsters. You have that at home. First one is reclined butterfly. At this time we will do it without support under the spine, but only for the knees, and we're gonna make it really, really soft. So guide the soles of the feet somewhat together, flare the knees open towards this side, and bring support underneath the knees and come to lay down onto your spine. Arms can rest where they land. If you like to connect with your breath a bit more, you can guide both your hands onto your belly, or one onto your chest, one onto your belly. And take a few breaths to really arrive here. Maybe in through the nose, out through the mouth. To already thank yourself for choosing to end your day here in a moment for you. A moment of softness where you reconnect with your body. Where you already make yourself heavy and supported before bedtime. When the body becomes still, the mind might become really active. Maybe a lot of thoughts are still present. Maybe your day goes by in your head, and that is okay. Take time to digest all that is alive. Allow it to be all there. Give it space here. And maybe give it even more space. With the help of the breath. With the help of slightly deeper inhales. And slightly longer exhales. If one hand is still resting on your belly, perhaps try to breathe more into that hand. Allow your shoulders to become soft, your head to be fully supported. And then take a final breath here. And start to wiggle your toes, and perhaps with the help of your hands, guide your knees back to center and towards your chest. You can bring your hands onto your kneecaps, and perhaps you'd like to make some rounding movements, flaring the knees open towards the side and towards the front, and then back into the chest. Bringing some movement around the hips. And the other way around. And then guide the knees back towards the chest. Bring both your props towards the right side. Wiggle your hips towards the left and then guide both legs towards the right side for a very soft spinal twist. You have the option to guide one of the props or both in between the legs or on top of the legs, but allow it to be soft. Let your left arm arrive everywhere it feels good, just as your head. Softly breathe and soften your body here. Always welcome to do a body scan to reconnect with your body over and over in every new pose. If you can soften the muscles around your face, if you can allow your head to be heavy, and then ripple that awareness all the way towards your shoulders, your fingertips, from your belly and your spine down to the hip area, down to both legs, all the way towards your toes. Take another deep breath in and out. Guide the legs to the center, maybe back into the chest again with some circles with the knees, or the feet for a moment onto the mat with the knees close together. Follow the intuition of your body. And guide both your props this time towards the left side of the mat. Hug your knees into your chest, wiggle your hips towards the right side this time, and then allow both your legs to rest onto the props and find a twist on the other side. Rest your right arm, your left arm, wherever they land. Your head, where it can soften. And take your time here again to relax the muscles as much as you can allow them today. Take one more soft, slow breath in here. And full, complete breath out. Guide your knees, your legs back to center. Maybe round your spine or the feet onto the floor. Notice what is present, how the body feels, how your breath flows. And gently guide yourself over towards one of your sides and bring yourself up. Come to rest onto your sits bones. And maybe for this pose, you'd like to have a tiny bit of a bolster or pillow underneath your hips. Next pose is dragonfly. So flare the legs out wide into a V shape. Maybe you have the knees bent. Maybe there is a prop. It could also be a scarf underneath the knees for support. And I love to guide my props in front of me as we will gonna fold forward here in our dragonfly pose. Allow your head to rest somewhere. Allow your arms and your shoulders to become heavy. Take your time to wiggle into your shape and how you can soften into your legs here. The less support your head has, the more you might feel that beautiful neck stretch over the back of your head. So take your time to explore what your body needs here. And can you rest all your toes and your fingertips and that what is in between? And maybe you feel that over time your upper body starts to find its way even more towards the earth. As we lengthen the tissue here, when we allow the muscles to soften, we can find space in the body. And take another full and slow breath in and out. Walk your hands back towards your hips, further at the time, rise your upper body up. And then as you inhale, bring your arms out wide, lengthen. And as you exhale, round and hug yourself in. Inhale to open up. And exhale to hug into round. And gently come back to the center. Move your props towards your right leg. Bend into your right knee. And find your sleeping swan or deer pose. With deer pose, you have both of your legs bent. You come towards the front. And then you fold forward. So you feel the stretch over the outer right hip. Use the props again to relax your head on, to relax your belly on. Or your sleeping swan is then you bring your left leg all the way towards the back to find that sweet spot in your left outer hip. And explore if you have supported yourself enough with the props. You can soften again into the body. And to create even more space for all that is present in your head, in your body, in your breath. And maybe a layer deeper towards your emotions as you start to really travel inward. Almost there. Find one more cycle of your breath here. And then with the help of your hands, walk yourself back up again. Take your time. Guide both sits bones onto the floor. Maybe resting the feet down. Maybe some gentle movements, rocking movements from left to right. Moving our setup towards the left leg to set up for the other side. So either both legs are bent for a deer pose, then your left shin is towards the front and maybe a prop underneath your right knee for support, or you guide your right leg towards the back and you find your sleeping swan. All other variations are also welcome here, as long as you target your left outer hip and even If the stretch feels very tiny or little today, that is okay too. Your mind loves to reach for a certain outcome. But that young part of the day where the mind is really active is already behind us. So invite yourself to soften. It is okay if that young part is still active, but help yourself here to balance and bring more yin with softening the muscles and this practice here. Can you still feel your inhales and exhales? And then follow one more cycle. With the help of the hands again, guide yourself back up. Come to sit up on the left hip. Find a seated position again. Maybe some movement. Follow your body's intuition. And with a minimum amount of effort, find a shavasana that feels good for you. I like to bring a bolster underneath my knees. Flare my knees open a very tiny bit. And then come to rest onto your spine and perhaps a bolster onto your spine. But know that if your belly feels more what you need or your favorite side, go ahead and find your shavasana where you can rest in awareness without effort. begin to notice your breath again. The length of your inhale and your exhale. Very soft and gently allow some movements back into the body. And maybe your eyes stay closed here. As you bring your knees back into your chest and roll over towards one of your sides. Really allow yourself to go slow. To breathe maybe even slower and deeper. And guide yourself into a seated position. Feel the heaviness of your eyelids, the softness in your shoulders, in your belly and your hips, the heaviness of your legs. And guide your hands in front of your heart. A moment of gratitude and recognition. Gratitude for this moment before bedtime. Recognition of what all there is that is alive for you here, and how you can practice to rest it and to digest it. I wish you a beautiful good night's sleep from my heart to yours. Namaste.